Alright everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to some more Umineko. Right now it's like, what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and currently we're up to a point where the whole family's still speculating about who needs to be blamed for this whole situation regarding Jessica, with Battler being the only one trying to make sense of things without having to put blame on anyone, not even the witch, because doing so would mean he would have to acknowledge her existence. So he's trying his hardest, and that's pretty much what we're still on to right now, guys. And if anything else, I want to thank you all for the love and support you continue to show, and let's keep it going. Alright everyone, welcome back again.
なら、バトラ君は誰がジェシカちゃんを殺したというの？マスターキーでしか施錠できないこの部屋に、誰がジェシカちゃんを閉じ込めたというの？
待ちな。それを論じる前に、俺ははっきりさせておく。誰々が犯人でないなら誰々が犯人。という話がしたいんじゃない。俺は単に、カノン君が犯人だということは断じてありえない。という。
犯人がカノンではないということを立証できるというのだな。どうやって？
実に簡単なことさ。危うく見落とすところだったぜ。ベアト。副賞要求！言えるもんなら言ってみろ。カノン君はマスターキーを持っていた。
ほう。
カノン君がマスターキーを持っていない？どうしてそんなことがわかるの？
さっき、俺はゴーダさんに話を聞いた。カノン君と別れる直前、ジェシカが貴賓室に殴り込みに行ったってあたりの話だ。ゴーダさん、あんたはちゃんと覚えてたよ。あんたは、カノン君の名誉を守った。
私がですか？
同じ話は僕も聞いてたよ。でも、僕にはよくわからなかった。説明してくれるかい、バトラ君。
そうさ。ジェシカは、貴賓室の鍵を開けるとき、カノン君に鍵を借りたが、返さなかった。だからカノン君はマスターキーを持っていないんだ。
Oh, that's right.
?それはどうかな？確かにゴーダの記憶上では、マスターキーをカノンに返してはいない。しかし、ゴーダが見ていないところで返したかもしれない。それが絶対になかったと。どう証明する？カノンの死体のポケットを調べれば、それは立証できるだろうが、それはできない。証明は不可能だ。
全然ダメだな。実に簡単なことじゃねえか。
そんな。それじゃあ、カノン君は鍵を持ってなかったというの？
ああ。そしてその証拠は、ジェシカを調べればわかるはずだ。ジェシカのポケットに、カノン君のマスターキーが入ってるはず。南條先生、調べてくれるか
Nanja, wow, sorry. Nanja dashed up to Jessica and searched in her jacket pocket. Everyone hoped for it. Please, be there.
ありましたぞ。これですかな？はい。それがマスターキーです。間違いありません。
At Genji's statement, there was a small ooh of joyful voices.
それが、カノン君のマスターキーだ。もう一度言うぜ。カノン君はマスターキーを持っていない。だから、施錠できたわけがないんだ。
確かに、そのようね。でも、カノン君がジェシカちゃんに会った最後の人物なのよ。疑わしいことに変わりはないわ。
予想ぜ。そういうの。人間ってのは本来、信じ合う生き物のはずだ。 なのに、世知辛い世の中を生きるために、疑り深さを覚えちまう。だから何でも疑っちまう。俺たちは悲しい生き物だな。その差がを、俺は否定しねえ。だが、証拠なき断定だけは許さない。疑わしきは黒じゃねえ。白だ。もちろん世の中は狼だらけさ。人を不用心に全て信じろとは言わねえ。だが、黒だと断定するならば、完全な証拠を用意しろ。それができない限り、絶対に憶測で人を黒だなんて言うんじゃねえ。
それは。
疑わしきは黒は、私の発言ですな。軽率でした。謝ります。
バトラ様。
見事な推理だよ、バトラ君。ゴーダさんもありがとう。あなたが覚えていてくれたから、カノン君の疑いが晴らせました。
いや、
It was the dirty sound of the witch's applause.
お見事、お見事。なかなかやるではないか。
やべえな。まんまと餌ごまに引っかかっちまったか。
そなたは見事。カノンにだけはこの部屋の扉を施錠できなかったことを証明した。使用人は全員マスターキーを持つはず。それが根拠となり、カノンが犯人扱いとなっていたのだから、少なくともその疑いは見事に晴らせたな。
となると、ジェシカを殺した犯人は、どうやって扉を施錠したのか。そういう問題になっちまうわけだな。まんまと思い通りの展開に引き込まれちまったぜ。
かかったな。しかもそなたは、他の使用人たちを誰も疑わないなどと大それたことを言ってしまった。さーて、どう言い作ろうのか見ものよ。
うるせえぜ。早速始めるぞ。どうせがっつり否定されちまうんだろうが、先にこの部屋が密室であることの定義を確認させてもらうぜ。
よかろう。まず、隠し扉の類は一切ない。出入りはこの扉からだけだ。扉の施錠は、ジェシカの鍵が1本と、使用人たちが1本ずつ持つマスターキーのみ。2階ではあるが、窓から出入りすることも可能だろう。しかし窓は、内側から施錠されている。
いきなりチェス盤をひっくり返させてもらうぜ。多分、扉がどうこう、施錠がどうこうって論法から入るのは、
好きにするがよい。さてさて、何を復唱すればよいのやら。
復唱要求。カノン君はこの部屋で殺された。
うん。カノンはこの部屋で殺された。死体はわらわが魔法で消したがね。
続けて復唱要求。カノン君の死体はこの部屋にある。
拒否する。復唱はできぬ。なぜなら、死体はわらわが魔法で消したからだ。
What was the first time she said it? A question.
そりゃあ言わねえよな。そこにどうせ秘密があるに決まってるんだ。くそ。謎の論点はどこなんだ。マスターキーもなく施錠したことなのか。施錠された室内にいる二人をどうやって殺したかなのか。それとも、二人を殺し、どうやって脱出したかなのか。悔しいが、外堀から埋めてくしかないぜ。復唱要求。最後の施錠は、マスターキーによるものである。
これも拒否する。
Plays very unfairly this one, huh?
その拒否ってやつがどうも曖昧だな。復唱不能だから拒否なのか、本当は復唱できるのにわざと拒否してるのかがわからね
礼拝堂の鍵の時は、そなたにすっかり逆手に取られてしまった。わらわが有利なうちは、わざわざリスクのある赤を使って発言する必要がない。
That's a hint up in and of itself.
ただそれだけのことよ。
え。そうなんだよな。本来、赤ってのは、俺の陳説をあんたが封じるときに使うもんだったんだよな。
わらわが有利になるように使うのは当然のこと。上げ足を取られるリスクが分かっている以上、無駄には使わぬ。さて、次はどういう手で来る？ゴーダや熊沢を疑う手が、おそらく一番使いやすいぞ。
くそ。誘導されているようでムカつくぜ。しばらく黙ってろ。考える。
もちろん、この扉は礼拝堂の時と同じだ。施錠時にはいかなる方法をもってしても、出入りはできぬ。
When locked, it does not permit any form of entry or exit. When unlocked, it permits anything.
さらに言うと、部屋の外から鍵を使わずに施錠するようなからくりも通用せぬぞ。
Alright, that much we do know already.
頼まれてねえ時にばかり赤を乱発しやがって。
Let's back up. Let me just think. I'll lay out everything I know. First, there are two victims. Jessica and Kanon-kun. Kanon-kun's corpse is in here, but Beatrice admitted in red that Kanon-kun was killed. So even without a corpse, he's included as a victim. There are a few questionable points, and depending on which I focus on, my line of thought changes a lot. First, after the culprit committed murder in this room, how did they lock it? If we assume that the culprit was one of those holding a master key, it's extremely simple. But I want to avoid that if I can. Because I would have to suspect Goda-san or Kumasawa-san. No, in the worst case, even Shannon-chan and Genji-san. At this point, I notice something. I'm contradicting myself. I'm cutting my own throat. I want to deny Beatrice no matter what. I want to erase the existence of the brutal, fickle, ridiculous witch. In order to do that, I have to explain everything with humans, not magic. But that also means suspecting some human. I don't want to suspect someone. Of course, if there was some clear proof, I would have to believe that person was the culprit. But as long as that didn't happen, I didn't want to cast any suspicions. Am I just green? Am I just a kid who doesn't want to have my feelings, which tell me that at least this person or that person couldn't be a murderer, betrayed? I want to deny that it was a witch. I also want to deny that it was a human. Now I don't know what is what anymore.
そもそもそなたとわらわのゲームは、わらわの存在を否定できるかどうかだけが勝利の条件だった。それだけでもそなたに不利なゲームなのに、そなたは勝手に勝利条件を増やし、自ら勝利を困難なものとしてしまっている。
It's just as she says. If I started arguing that someone holding a master key was the culprit, this locked room could be easily broken. However, since the number of keys that could open this door are limited, and furthermore, it's clearly known who holds them, saying that would mean that I was suspecting someone I knew well. No. Have I just been averting my eyes? In that locked room trick with the chapel, which had been exhilarating to destroy, I had proposed that someone stole the key from Maria's handbag and returned it. If that theory was right, then the question becomes who could have stolen the key from her handbag? Maria's handbag had probably been at its most unguarded when she was sleeping. In that case, in addition to me, George Aniki and Jessica are also suspects. George Aniki or Jessica was the culprit? Or maybe an accomplice. All of our parents have been killed, right? And yet one of us consented to that and assisted with the crime. we had lamented, mourned, and shed tears in the chapel. And yet, one among us had been lying?
そなたの例の手下げから抜き出し戻したという説は、いとこたちを色濃く疑うものであったのだぞ。にもかかわらず、それに気づかないふりをして、よくもあれだけの説をシャーシャーとのたまえたものよ。
I mean, you can also think of it as like behind the scenes, Beatrice made contact with George, probably whispered sweet nothings or promises about, you know, giving him and Shannon a better life if he followed or abided by one of her rules or her little requests, which was probably in aiding with removing the key. There's also that possibility. It's a bit far off and far-fetched, but it's not impossible. Then you can also think, I mean, with Jessica, I feel like that wouldn't be the case. Jessica feels like she would actually resist Beatrice, if anything. So, I don't think she would work with her, even in a short time frame before she died. It also gets to me because George was so quick to defend Shannon, which is like, again, natural because he likes her. But it also makes me feel like he had something to do with it when it came to possibly retrieving Maria's unguarded key.
くそ。だからって、親族や使用人の誰かが犯人だって保証はねえ。お前が、例えば段ボール箱にでも隠れながらコソコソと近づいてきて、熟睡してる俺たちの部屋に忍び込んで、鍵を奪った可能性だって十分あるじゃねえか。
Yeah, that could be true, but then you would also be admitting it was her, and admitting it was her would also mean admitting she's a witch, and you would be acknowledging her existence. So, we can't use that as an example. At least, I don't think we can.
それについてはそれでもよかろう。19人目の来客であるわらわを疑うことで、彼らに疑いをかけずに済む。ならば、ジェシカの部屋の正常はどうする？わらわは魔法で鍵を開けることは造作もないが、さすがにマスターキーは持たぬ。わらわの魔法を否定するならば、わらわを疑うことも否定せねばならんぞ。
If we're gonna deny the magic aspect, then we can just easily assume, oh wait, she hasn't made contact with Kinzo. But there's also the possibility Kinzo gave her a master key way before.
そしてそれはつまり、そなたら18人の中の誰かを疑うことよ。
I already forgot if Battler asked her if she owns a master key, and if whether or not she declined to say it or she said it in red.
親切にありがとうよ。少し整理できたぜ。俺にとっての目的は、人間である19人目の来客、ベアトリーチェがどうやって犯行に及んだかに迫ることだ。そうすれば、誰も疑わずに済む。
それができればな。愚かな男よ。こんな部屋、本来は密室でも何でもない。何しろ、開けることのできる鍵は、合計で6本もあるのだからな。そしてそれらの所有者は何人もいる。誰でも疑える。疑い放題よ。なのにお前はわざわざそれらをすべて否定し、自分で密室を作ってしまった。わかるか？これは、お前の思考的矛盾が生み出した密室なのよ。他の誰でもない。そなた自身が扉を閉ざしているのだ。
魔女が魔法で開けたことを認めるか、俺の知る誰かが犯人であることを認めるかの二択だって言いたいんだな。くそ、大手飛車取りのつもりかよ。
こういう指し手もあると披露したかったまで。 さて、どうする後ろ宮バトラー。実に簡単な話じゃないか。あの自意識過剰な料理男と死に損ないのクソババアをちょいと生贄に仕立て上げるだけじゃない。
くそ。幸田さんと熊沢さんを疑えばそれでいいのか。ダメだ。俺は幸田さんが犯人だとは思えない。熊沢さんが犯人だとは思えない。だがお前は認めない。絶対だ。
ならば、魔法もマスターキーも使わずにこの部屋に入り、ジェシカとカノンを殺し、しかもカノンの死体を魔法を使わずに消失させねばならない。どうやって行う？わらわを否定しつつ、誰も疑わずにどうやって行うのか。
リザインだ。
バトラ君、今なんて。
降参だよ。俺はカノン君にこの扉が施錠できないことは証明できた。だからといってジェシカを誰が殺したのかを特定できたわけじゃない。
いえ、十分です。そのカノン君のためにありがとうございます。
礼なんかいらねえ。それはつまりシャノンちゃんも疑ってるってことなんだからよ。ローザおばさんもごめんよ。別に反抗したかったわけじゃない。俺も死にたくないし、親父たちの本当の仇を見つけ出したい。協調性のないことを言って悪かったぜ。
いいの。
So he does have control over his episode 2 self and when he's in another realm. Alright, I thought they were acting as two separate entities with very similar wavelengths. That's how I saw it. But it seems like he does have control of himself in this alternate reality, or episode 2. I'm just gonna call him episode 2 Battler from here on in. And then once we reach episode 3, if they're doing the same round, same deal then.
私も少し軽率だったわ。仲直りしましょう。おばとおい同士、仲良くしないと。ね。
Auntie Rosa shifted the gun to one hand and held out her other hand. I reached out and for the time being we shook hands. Auntie's gaze was sharp. In order to deny the witch, she would make anyone a sacrifice. That's what her eyes told me. And me? I denied the witch, but I wasn't prepared to lose anything. I was probably the one who thought himself most ready to fight, and the one standing furthest from the truth. Whoa, a lot of time passed. With Jessica's death, it became certain that the culprit was hiding somewhere nearby, and that they would come after our lives if they had a chance. According to Genji-san, when tomorrow morning comes, the boat should arrive. The boat has a radio too. We'll probably be able to contact the police immediately with that. We all gathered in the parlor and decided to wait quietly until tomorrow. I proposed that we should search throughout the mansion for clues about the culprit, but Auntie Rosa rejected that, saying that if we put pressure on the culprit or provoke them, it might lead to a third murder. That was probably the right thing to do. Even if a bunch of amateurs like us investigated, there's no way we'd find anything. It would be wisest to focus on protecting ourselves without doing anything unnecessary and leave it to the police after tomorrow. We had been tense in the beginning, but other than Auntie Rosa, most of us had spent all morning watching TV and were getting bored, so our sense of danger had grown much less intense. When we thought about it, even though there certainly had been 6 adults killed at once in the first murder, that made us imagine that some backhanded method like poison had been used. But in the second murder, it was thought that those two had become sacrifices because they were unfortunately isolated from the rest of us. From this, we imagined that there weren't a great number of culprits, and they didn't have the ability to kill this large group gathered in a parlor all at once. Right now, in this parlor, there was George Anaki and me, Maria, Auntie Rosa, Genji-san, Goda-san, Shannon-san, Kumasao-san, and finally, Dr. Nanjo. A total of 9 people were here. Furthermore, Auntie Rosa was even armed with a gun. Surely with this many people staying in this room, they wouldn't be able to touch us easily. That feeling of security, along with the passage of time, allowed us to recover from the shock of that morning bit by bit. Incidentally, lunchtime had just ended for us. However, it had been a canned food lunch, a far cry from last night's dinner which Goda-san had skillfully made for us. Auntie Rosa too had suspected that poison had been used in the murder of those 6 people. So, we probably couldn't deny the possibility that the culprit had snuck into the kitchen during all that confusion in the morning and mixed poison in with the ingredients there. Auntie Rosa had ordered all of us not to put anything into our mouths except safe foods like canned food until the police came. As a cook, Goda-san must have felt very let down. As though he wanted to display his skill anyway, he said that he at least wanted to bring the plates and pile them up with canned food. At first, Auntie Rosa had been reluctant, examining each one of the plates that were brought, but she hadn't been able to find anything to complain about. And Goda-san's chef's pick canned food combo lunch had become a reality. Goda-san had said something about taste being savored not just with the tongue, but with the eyes too. I found myself agreeing. It had been the same canned food we ate for breakfast, but it felt like something completely different.
ああ、バトラ、見て見て、これが狼と羊のパズル。
As I was sitting lazily on the sofa with no desire to watch TV, Maria came over, pulled the picture book out of her handbag, and held it out to me as she said that.
なんだよ、その本は。狼と羊のパズル？どれどれ？
Wolves and Sheep Puzzle. It was a phrase that Auntie Rosa had said this morning when we had gone to call on Jessica. At the time, I hadn't known what it meant, and then after that, there was the uproar when Jessica's body was found, so I'd forgotten all about it completely. The book that Maria held out to me looked like a foreign picture book or something that had been translated. Opening it, I could tell that the book contained an assortment of puzzles.
何匹かの狼と羊よね。1台のボートを使って対岸まで連れてくパズルなの。
ああ？そんなルールのゲームを聞いたことあるな。これはそれの狼と羊バージョンなのか。
It was a very simple puzzle passed on from long ago. Let's try one of the problems. On the right bank, there are 2 wolves and 2 sheep. There is a boat that as many as 2 animals can ride on, and using it, you have to move all 4 of them to the opposite left bank. There are 2 rules. The first is regarding the boat. It can be paddled by wolves or sheep, and even just by 1 animal on its own, but it can only hold up to 2. The second is regarding the wolves. When they are greater in number than the sheep in that location, they attack the sheep and it's game over. For example, at the start of the game, both sheep ride the boat and go to the other side. Then 1 sheep gets off and the other goes back to the first bank. When it does, there are 2 wolves in the first bank, and a single sheep returns there. When that happens, there are more wolves, so the sheep is attacked and it's game over. On either bank or even the boat, there must not be more wolves than sheep. It's a puzzle about how to shuttle them across in the boat under these conditions. By the way, the right answer is, on the first turn, move both wolves to the opposite bank. Then 1 wolf comes back. On the second turn, move 2 sheep to the opposite bank. Then 1 wolf comes back. Then on the third turn, put the last wolf that was on the right bank on the boat and cross to the opposite bank, and congratulations, transport successful. Partway there may be the same number of wolves and sheep in the boat or on either side, but that isn't a problem. You only lose when the number of wolves is greater. This book symbolizes it using wolves and sheep, but there are probably lots of people who know this game with a different symbolism. It looked like Maria wanted to test whether I too could solve the puzzle she knew how to solve. And she kept showing me different pages saying, solve this one, and this one's hard. What had been happening when Auntie Rosa had said the name of this puzzle? That's right. When we decided to call Jessica, we have been talking about how many men should go. And Auntie Rosa mentioned the wolves and sheep puzzle and said that we should all go together.
Oi, oi.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's popping up. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. Once more, I know I'm leaving you all at a cliffhanger, but we're going to find out in the next one. So thank you all for watching.